Hi, one of my students, well, first of all, I'm Shannon Sokochoff, and I teach at Argyle School, and I have a lot of online kids, so I don't get to see them, and so this is my way of communicating with them. Hi, everyone. This question comes from Lisa. She posed a long division question, and the trouble she was having, as you can see with her own handwriting, I'll gesture for that, in this area here, is that there was no cubic term from which to subtract the cubic that she got when she started the division. So I've begun the question for her here, and Lisa, you will be, the solution to your question is not that difficult, so I think you'll be relieved to know that. Okay, here's how this goes. She was very correct to begin, and I'll just reveal things as we go along, to reveal to start with n cubed in terms of her quotient. When she did that, she was also correct in getting n to the fourth power. And what she didn't do that I did was, and because she alerted me to it, was I placed a placeholder there, a 0 n cubed, from which I could subtract the negative 2n cubed that she created. So that's just the biggest deal of all there, and I don't think it's that big a deal, and I'm sure that small improvement will help you very much. So now when we do the subtraction, and this is where most of the errors come with students doing their long division, we end up subtracting nicely out the two quartic terms, and then subtracting negative 2 becomes positive 2n cubed, and then we bring down the negative 3n squared. Then we again do some dividing, and so we need a 2n squared. Multiply that through, also getting 2n cubed. Multiplying that through to the rest of the divisor, so 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, and then n squared. And we subtract that, remembering that a negative and a negative makes a positive, to get n squared, then bringing down the negative 5n. After that, we have to decide what to divide by again, so that's that red business at the top of the divide mark. And so that's my negative, that's going to be my n, because I'm actually looking now here to divide into this piece, because that's what's left, okay? So once I've done that, I multiply through, I get n squared. Then I multiply n times negative 2, and I get negative 2n. Subtraction again being careful with negative signs. Negative 5 plus and 2n gets me to negative 3n, and then I bring down that last 2. That leaves here, I'm just gesturing to the blue square that I've got on top of my next piece of the quotient. Negative 3 times n will give me that negative 3n, so that I reveal that piece. And then negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. I don't have room to do the subtraction there, but it would be, in this case, 2 subtract 6 is negative 4. That's my remainder. I will do a video after this talking about how to state that. Maybe I have time. I have 1 more minute in this recording. I'll see if I can state it. So I would then state, I'm going to call this P of n. Okay? So I'm going to state that. I'm going to divide it by my divisor in terms of n. That's going to equal P of n over my divisor. Oh, just a minute. No, sorry. It's going to be equal my Q of n, my quotient in terms of n. And it's going to be, and this is a question that Sarah is also asking, so I'll get to that shortly, the remainder, which is not in this case in terms of n, but it's still divided by, and this is what her question is. I don't want to write it in its specific terms. I'm going to write it as the divisor in terms of n. I guess that's my next video then, so stay tuned.